Okay, we are live on both.
Hello everybody, and welcome to my kitchen in Amma. And today we are doing our, I think this is week number 6, and we are doing Cook the States, and today is Georgia. We did our little vote, and we had we had a choice. That's the word I'm looking for. So we had a choice between cheesy grits or fried okra, and cheesy grits won. And they're both very good. I've had both these dishes before, and they're very, very tasty. Okay, so what I've done is I've just put in 2 cups of chicken broth, and I brought it to a boil. I'm going to add 1 more cup of hot water. Now the recipe that I am using today calls for 2 cups of water and 2 cups of broth. I'm going to start with 1 cup because grits tend to sometimes be kind of watery. I prefer my grits to be less watery. So I'm going to start with that and see how it goes from there, and see whether we have to add more water or not. But it's fine. I mean, one way or the other we'll figure it out and make the right consistency. We do have some drawbacks here that we don't have all the ingredients. So I have cornmeal, but it's not coarse cornmeal, which is normally used for grits, and probably where it gets its name. So I have something that's a little bit more smooth. I'm just going to wait for this to come to a boil, which it's doing right now, and you'll see how quick and easy making this actually is.
So what do people eat cheesy grits with, if we're not from the south of America? Shrimp.
Shrimp and grits is very famous. Grits are great for all kinds of things. People eat them at breakfast instead of like hash browns and things like that. So I'm adding my cornmeal, and I am stirring it. I'm getting it all, as you can see, it gets a bit clumpy. What I might do is get a little bit of a whisk here to help me with the clumpiness.
So wait, they have that for breakfast and other meals in the day?
Yes.
How does that work?
Well, it's like you have hummus for breakfast and you have it for other meals.
I know, I'm trying to think what there is in like England.
Well, and
that's
you
like
can
an
have
equivalent.
it, and you can have it for dinner too, because you see, essentially what grits are, it's polenta. It's just a kind of cornmeal. So it's not. And oftentimes it's made with white corn, so that it's the color is a little different. But this is a great meal. I love cornmeal, so I will eat cornmeal for breakfast. Whether it's see, so this is a little thick, so I think we can put a little more water.
Ah, the fun of cooking as you go.
Cooking as you go. You know, you see recipes and you think, well, okay, I agree, but I want to know what kind of consistency you're making, or I want to know what you're doing. And when you start making it, then you can see, you can do what you're looking for example. So, but as I was saying, you see, I love cornmeal, and I could eat grits for breakfast, shrimp and grits for lunch, and cornmeal mush for dinner.
Cornmeal mush for dinner.
I love
Bob Evans cornmeal mush.
I love cornmeal mush. And cornmeal mush, you can, so essentially you make cornmeal and then you let it solidify, and then it becomes sort of like a loaf of bread almost, and then you slice it and deep fry it. And when you deep fry it, oh, it is so good. It is like the best thing ever.
But anything deep fried is great.
Best thing for breakfast. Eggs, cornmeal, deep fried cornmeal, bacon. Now that is a breakfast with champions.
Mmm.
So,
It sounds like it.
it is indeed. It is indeed. Okay. Just come here.
So what else goes into it?
Well, since it's cheesy grits, we're going to put cheesy things in there in a moment. So I want to cook it for probably about 10 minutes. Because what you want it to do is thicken and cook well. And because it's cornmeal, so it's going to cook quickly. But you want to make this kind of smooth.
Nice close up.
Nice close up of the smooth whisking with this weird noise that shows that our pot's not absolutely flat on the bottom. Need to change that. Can't work under these conditions.
Is that a thing?
Can't work under these conditions of pots that are not exactly flat.
Flat bottom pans.
But, yeah, this is good. So, let's see, we're getting there.
Getting there. You used to think of filler things to
Filler thing.
pass the time.
Today I made some Tuscan bread.
Oh yeah.
That's my Tuscan bread from earlier today.
This is going out on the blog in, I think, a few weeks. Tuscan bread. So that was what he was making today.
And I made lunch for tomorrow, which is not going on the blog. So this is a very interesting dish. It's called akoub. And what this is, like so many of the Palestinian or peasant type dishes, see what you've got is lamb in here, but you also have this green plant, and what this green plant is it's thistle. It's actually a thistle. And what you do, everybody gets very excited about it because when the thistles come out, it's like this dish happens. It's it's really, really delicious. I love it. Everybody loves it. It's like it tastes so good. The trouble is, you're working with a thistle. So what you have is this thistle that's full of prickers, and what you need to do is cut off those prickers. Here's the thing.
Prickles.
Prickles. But here's the thing. If you don't cook it fast enough, so say you clean off all those prickles and then you leave it for the next day, when you come back, those prickles have grown back. That's absolutely the truth. That's absolutely the truth. So it's one of these things where there's a lot of
oh my goodness.
a lot of work goes into it.
That sounds so dangerous.
And then you have to boil. It's not dangerous. So then you get rid of the prickers, whatever they are, and you cook them right away. And you cook them with lamb, and it is delicious. It's absolutely delicious. One of those that's just, tasty. Okay, this is ready. As you can see, here you see you've got a nice consistency. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn off the flame, and we're going to add some butter.
Of course, every good southern dish has butter.
Every good dish has butter. It's not just southern dish. Every good dish has.
Oof, my goodness,
I'm
look
going
at
to
that.
add a little bit of salt here. I'm used to showing my ingredients to the camera now, so.
Yeah, you're well trained for your videos.
Have a little pepper. And then I've got a little bit of quarter cup of Parmesan cheese. And as you can see, it's becoming a little thicker and cheesier.
You can't go wrong with cheesy things, really, though,
And
can you?
the main event for the cheesiness, that is cheddar cheese. It is stuck in the bowl. There we go. Ooh, now
My
that
goodness.
looks amazing. Smells really
This guy is so passionate about food.
It's
The little noises, he's like, oh, yeah. Look how good that looks.
very tasty looking. Oh. Yes.
Okay.
So we keep stirring it around there so that it'll. And then, see, this is the kind of thing you're looking for. So you're going to have a few little lumps and bumps, and that's kind of nice, I think. It adds some sort of consistency to it. And that there.
So, for the taste test.
And that's it.
Is it ready to taste?
It's ready to taste. My pot is not straight.
So if you guys have are from Georgia or you like grits or anything like that, let us know if we've done this right. Oh, you're tasting. It's so hot. Hang on.
You have to taste it.
Nobody can see me tasting it.
Well, we'll tell them you tasted it.
Mmm.
How is it?
That's really good.
Excellent. All right.
Oh, wow.
From...
I didn't think I'd like that, actually. That's very good.
Why did you not think you'd like it?
I don't know. I had grits before and...
And yesterday I made some almond flour peanut butter cookies that seemed to be a hit because this bag was full yesterday and suddenly seems to be rather empty.
Richard says it looks a bit split.
Split.
Split. What does split mean?
What does he mean by split?
I have no idea. What do you mean by spit? Split. Like curdled?
Oh.
Let us know.
I think if there's anything that looks a little different about it is that it's a lot smoother than normal grits. As I said, we didn't have coarse ground grits.
Oh, maybe that's it.
We only have
maybe it's too smooth.
Very smooth, the very fine cornmeal. So that's why it's it looks this way. It looks a little thicker, more like cornmeal in a bowl rather than what grits would look like.
If we are ever doing anything wrong, if you're cooking things wrong, do tell us, because this whole adventure is about learning how to cook the different dishes.
And the thing is that right or wrong in cooking is one of those things that's very, subjective. It's one of the nice things is that you get to make things the way you like it. I'd love to hear from people who have a different recipe or have a different idea of how to make it or whatever. Some of the recipes you make are amazingly fantastic and others are so-so, and sometimes you try something new and different you never made before and it might not work out at all. But success in everything is built on a pile of failures. Mm-hmm. So that's why you have to just keep trying.
Chef Tarek's thought of the day.
Thought of the day. Okay.
So next week.
Next week we are doing California. Great state of California. And off the top of my head, I don't know, can I think of anything that's...
Californian dishes. I always think of like fish tacos. Baja tacos or something like that.
Like things with Asian influence, stuff like that.
So if anybody has any suggestions, Californian dishes,
send them over, please. That will be week 7 of Cook the States. # Cook the States.
Only 47 more to go. No, 43 more to go.
And I appreciate you joining me here in my kitchen. And I look forward to seeing you
just before we go, Food Trial Istanbul Tours gives you a wave. So does Pink Chai.
Hey!
All right. We're all finished. We'll see you guys next week.
Thanks, guys. Really nice to have you here, and we'll see you next week.
Okay. It was such a mess at the end. Let's have a look.